My name is Linda Maresca, and I'm on the Board of Trustees for the Poricy Park Conservancy. Today we are here at the Murray Farmhouse in Poricy Park. When we tell the story of Middletown's Revolutionary War patriot, Joseph Murray, we often focus on his bravery and sacrifice for the cause. However, that story would be incomplete without understanding the life and strength of his wife, Rebecca. Rebecca Morris was born sometime after 1744 to Richard and Mary Morris, whose maiden name was Porter. She grew up surrounded by family here in Middletown, a close-knit community that would become essential to her survival during the Revolution. Around 1767, Rebecca married Joseph Murray, a hard-working Irish stonemason who had come to Middletown seeking opportunity and freedom. Their marriage took place at the old First Baptist Church on Kings Highway and was officiated by Reverend Abel Morgan, a man who would remain a steady presence throughout Rebecca's life. Joseph purchased a small farm from Thomas Stillwell, securing a mortgage with help from Rebecca's sister, Lydia Morris Compton. Together, Joseph and Rebecca built a life here, raising 4 children, 3 sons, William, James, and Joseph, and a daughter whose name has been lost to history after family documents were burned during wartime raids. This farmhouse and land tell the story of hard work and perseverance. Built and maintained by Joseph's skilled hands, it was also Rebecca's domain, a place where she raised children, managed the household, and endured the constant threat of war as British and Loyalist forces swept through Middletown. Being the wife of a known patriot was dangerous. Joseph served in the 1st Regiment of the Monmouth County Militia and earned a reputation as a bold and active patriot, but that courage made him a target. On June 8, 1780, Rebecca's world shattered. Shots rang out from the nearby cornfield where Joseph had been working. By the time help arrived, Joseph Murray had been mortally wounded, shot, and bayoneted in an attack believed to have been carried out by Loyalist raiders. In an instant, Rebecca was left a widow, responsible for 4 children in the midst of a brutal war. Yet Rebecca did not retreat from the cause her husband died for. Town records show that in July of 1780, just weeks after Joseph's death, Rebecca paid the Middletown supply tax. This tax directly funded the Revolutionary War effort and officially qualified her for patriotic service. It was a quiet but powerful act of defiance and loyalty. Reverend Abel Morgan, the same minister who had married her and Joseph, helped guide her family through grief and uncertainty. A steadfast patriot himself, Reverend Morgan provided spiritual leadership, practical support, and a sense of stability at a time when Middletown was under occupation and churches were stripped of their pews. When British forces forced him from his meeting house, Reverend Morgan famously preached from his barn, reminding families like Rebecca's to trust in him at all times, his faith and resolve helping to anchor a community under siege. The date of Rebecca's death is unknown. It is believed that both she and Joseph were originally buried here on their farm. In 1855, their grandson, William W. Murray, had Joseph's remains reinterred at the old First Baptist burial ground. Whether Rebecca's remains were moved as well is a mystery, and her final resting place is still unknown today. But what is certain is this: Rebecca Morris Murray was a true patriot. She stood beside her husband in his dangerous beliefs, endured unimaginable loss, and continued to support the cause of American independence when it would have been far easier to just step away. Her story reminds us that the American Revolution was not fought by soldiers alone, but by families, by faith, and by women whose strength shaped the future of a nation.